I've had so many nourishing experiences when I've been truly intimate with myself and with others. I had one of the most deepest healing sexual experiences ever because of the level of intimacy and depth me and this human shared. Many people might not know this about me, but I have lived a crazy life before. Like 10 years ago, I had a near-death experience. And what brought me to that near-death experience was years and years of drinking a lot of alcohol and abusing this body because I was trying to run away. I was trying to run away from my trauma, from the pain that I was living in. I didn't know how to sit with my pain. I didn't know how to hold myself in that depth of pain that I had. And those years that I drank, I did get into some trouble. I experienced some things that were considered very abusive and that were quite traumatic. And so after my near-death experience, I truly felt like I will never ever have sex again. And I am so okay and at peace with that because I kind of associated sex with pain, with disconnection. I didn't associate it with beauty and love and intimacy and connection and, worship and prayer. I didn't have that connection to sex. However, after my near-death experience, I went on a healing journey where I had seen in the death experience that I was the light in the darkness. I was the light. So I was no longer afraid of being intimate with myself, being intimate with my most vulnerable, tender, most painful parts. I was going on a deep journey within myself. And it led me to a lot of beautiful places and spaces. One of the places it brought me was to Woodstock Fruit Festival. While at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I met a man who was obviously older than me. I like older men. Hashtag I like older men. He was 40. I think I was like 20, 24 or something. I don't know. And I met him. And this was the first time after many months, after the near death, where I felt this sexual aliveness in me. And I felt like, holy moly macaroni, am I gonna have to face and share with him what's going on for me? That I've kind of said that I'm never doing that, but now I'm coming face to face with this experience where it feels like I could do that, but I'm also feeling these things. And so, because of our level of intimacy, and really intimacy is about connection with ourselves, that we're willing to see into all of the aspects of ourselves, that we're willing to be there, that we're willing to see so deeply that we truly see who we are versus just all these wounded parts, that we really see the bigness, the vastness, the infinite spaciousness of who we are. When we really see, we see that. We don't just see a separate individual that has these pains and traumas. We see that, yes, and we also see the totality. We see the complete whole being when we truly see. To have intimacy, to share in intimacy, is to experience the real. It is to experience God. It is to experience Source through another, through the courage of somebody else's willingness to be there with an open heart with us in presence. And it was because of our intimacy that I had a very sexually healing experience. I was able to share with him everything, and he was there, seeing me, holding me in the highest light as I shared with him my deepest pains and traumas and everything I had lived through. I experienced a lot of cathartic like a lot of contraction and pain while I was sharing it, because it was actually being released through my body. And I will share in a little bit more detailed description in another video about this specific experience. And if you want to read the story of this experience in detail, you can read my book, Sexual Healing and Love. All you have to do is go to my website, amandab.love, and put your email address at the bottom. Then you will receive my book for free. It is a gift for you. Intimacy is the reason why I'm here. If you're resonating with the energy that I'm bringing and sharing, and if you would like to share something that's on your heart that maybe you haven't shared to anyone, if you would like to lighten your load of something heavy, like a burden that you're carrying, I can offer a safe, intimate, confidential space that is over a voice conversation via WhatsApp or Signal or Telegram. And it is on voice, only voice. The reason for that is because we're not going to have the distraction of the image. We're just having the voice, but we're there in presence together. And I invite you to reach out to me if you want to have a session like this. To be intimate with your own heart, while I'm also intimate in my heart, and while we then share of our hearts with each other. And when you share your heart, it is me receiving art, the art of God, your heart's art. Whatever it is, if it's a heavy burden, if it's a feeling of something like that you might feel is really challenging for you, that's a blessing. To put it into the space of love that we create together. That's what the sessions are for. It's to lighten the load of our hearts and to share in sweet intimacy and beingness together. I have a few slots and spaces open for a few humans that are willing to show up in this way. $88, the energy exchange, and then we get on a 1-hour conversation. Normally it's $111, so it's a lot more affordable right now, and I want to make it available to more people. Message me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram down below. How deeply nourished are you by intimate relationships in your life? Do you have intimacy with yourself and with others? And if you don't, why not? Are you protecting yourself? And if so, I can help support you, because I've lived through that, man. I've lived through that. I still protect myself. So we can dive into those conversations too. Okay, sending a lot of love. Bye.